Hey, this is Lincoln Murphy with 16 Ventures. I am really excited to talk to you today about customer success-driven growth and account-based everything. I don't have a lot of time to talk to you today, so we're going to jump into this. I want to share a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to join me on Twitter at Lincoln Murphy, and if you have any questions or need any further direction on anything I talk about here, definitely tweet me and use the hashtag Sales Summit just so that other people who are following along on that hashtag can join in as well. If you need more, because I'm only going to give you a little tiny bit, just the tip of the iceberg here, on this content, on this subject. If you need more content on it, you can go to 16ventures.com. That's my website, and there's a ton of information there. And also, if you need something answered in more detail, or you have a bigger question, you can email me, Lincoln at 16ventures.com. So let's jump into this. First of all, I want to discuss a quick kind of semantic question or discussion here. Account versus customer. So we talk about account-based sales or account-based marketing, and we talk about customer success. And there's also this idea of account management. And so I want to just draw some distinctions there. I think account-based marketing, account-based selling is amazing. It's a fantastic evolution in getting marketing and sales to realize that the companies that we're trying to go after, the companies that we are wanting to become our customer, are companies that have unique characteristics and are made up of people. And even if those are abstracted as personas, it's getting us closer to where we need to be. So that's fantastic. That is an evolution in the right direction. When it comes to customer success, there is still some confusion over what it really is. And oftentimes there are carryover beliefs at the very least, and sometimes carryover ways that we actually operationalize from what we would call traditional account management. So I want to make the distinction here because I think that in account-based sales and marketing, it's a very positive evolution. However, when we talk about account management, or certainly traditional account management, that wasn't actually a positive thing. So the evolution towards customer success away from account management is actually really awesome, because in the past, traditional account management treated our customers as accounts, literally numbers. And so, anything that we tried to do to get our account to grow was all about making sure that we just added numbers to it. We didn't really care if the customer was successful. So while the movement towards account-based sales and marketing are fantastic, the distinction between account management and customer success management is pretty important to understand. And we're going to talk about customer success management, customer success today, in that way. And I think it's more tightly coupled with account-based sales and account-based marketing than anything in the traditional account management world ever was. So that said, one of the things I always like to do is start out with this little graphic of like the 4 things that we would like to get from our customers. We would love our customers to stay longer. We'd love them to buy more. We would love them to expand internally, or what we mean by that is bring us into other parts of their business. And we would love for them, of course, to advocate externally for us. And if you don't want those things from your customers, then I don't know how to help you. You're probably in the wrong place. But I've never been in a situation where these 4 things aren't what we would all really like from our customers. And whether or not they're all applicable. I mean, we don't always have the land and expand product or service, but for the most part, where it's applicable, these are the things we want. Well, the problem is, in general, we tend to let these things happen by chance. We don't really do anything to make sure they happen. Well, that's where customer success management comes in, certainly, and it's based on the philosophy of customer success. So let's kind of dig in. I tweeted this on my @LincolnMurphy account, and it was done right after I had a conversation with somebody, and actually got some play. There's a lot of retweets and likes on this, at least for me. I'm not a celebrity, so this is pretty good. And basically I said this, you can focus on adoption or retention, expansion, or advocacy. What I mean by that is you can focus on any one of those things. Like, let's say this quarter, you really want to get your retention numbers up. That's great. You can focus on those things, and maybe in the short term, you'll hit your numbers. But that's probably not the best way long term. What's better is that you can focus on your customer's desired outcome, and you'll get all of those things. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I like that. And you can, of course, go to follow me @Lincoln Murphy. And this is my pinned tweet, so feel free to share it. Okay, so how do we do all this? Well, first of all, there's a little bit of karma, a little bit of golden rule here. If we make our customers powerful, they will make us powerful. Well, how will they make us powerful? Let's start there. How is your customer going to make you powerful? Hey, they will do those 4 things that we said that we wanted. We want our customers to stay longer, buy more, expand internally, and advocate externally. That is what we want. That is what will happen. It's not magic. We have to operationalize around this. But those are the things that we will get if we make our customers powerful. Okay, how do we make our customers powerful, though? It's kind of this. This is a little soft of an issue. You know, what are you talking about here, Lincoln? Well, how do you make your customers powerful? We make them successful. Okay, that's great. But what does success mean? Well, that's a good question. In fact, I wrestled with that too. Even, as we're talking about customer success, the question is, well, what does the success part mean? So I came up with a definition. My definition of customer success, and it's evolved over time, and this is where we're at today, is that customer success is when customers achieve their desired outcome through their interactions with your company. And there's a whole lot to unpack there, and we don't have a lot of time today, but I'm going to try to get there. But I also want to say that customer success it's so much more than making your customers happy or just reducing churn, right? It's about making sure they achieve their desired outcome. And if we do this right, we get into something that I call customer success driven growth. And I like to refer to customer success this way. This is my own little branding, my own little angle on customer success, because I actually see it as a growth engine. And customer success driven growth is this: as our customers succeed and evolve, right? There's no such thing as a static customer. Our customers should never be the same from year to year to year. They should be growing and evolving and succeeding on their own. As they grow and succeed and evolve, their relationship with us should evolve and grow as well. And where this can actually, if we don't understand this, it can have a negative consequence, which is where you hear a vendor say, my customers churn out after a year. I don't understand. Nothing's changed. Exactly. Nothing's changed on your end, but the customer has evolved and you're not taking that into consideration. So instead of not taking that into consideration and having our customers churn, let's actually build that into the process, understand that they evolve and grow, and have our relationship with them evolve and grow as well. So ultimately, it comes back to this definition, this higher level philosophy of what customer success is, and that's when our customers achieve their desired outcome through their interactions with our company. Now, there's like I said, there's a lot to unpack here, and one of those is interactions. Interactions occur across the entire customer lifecycle. Notice I don't say it's when our customers use our product, right? It's actually through their interactions. The use of our product, the consumption of our service, those are just some of the interactions that they might have with us. But ultimately, the interactions start in sales. They start when we're talking about account-based sales and marketing. The way that we're interacting with our customers, those are the early interactions that could really set the tone for our relationship. And those interactions occur across the sales cycle, across the buying cycle, across onboarding, across engagement, which engagement could be 1, 3, 5, 7, 10 years or more. It occurs off of all of the planned interactions. It occurs all off of the one-off interactions through support and things like that. So interactions occur across the entire life cycle, but they do start early, which means the seeds of churn can actually be planted very early as well. When I analyze churn, when a company brings me in and says, let's figure out why we have a lot of churn, we go through the analysis and we often find that customers are citing things that happen not just in the early onboarding process, which is, that makes sense. We've all been there. But also things that happen during the sales cycle. And actually, if we're honest, we've probably all been there too, right? We bought something that, we had one foot out the door while we were buying it. Gosh, I wish this wasn't happening. I need this thing, but I'll never do it again, or whatever. So the seeds of churn are planted early. But again, not to be negative, the seeds of massive success can also be planted early if we do things right. And just in case you can't quite make that out, it's a giant pumpkin, right? So the seeds of massive success, what's on the screen is a giant pumpkin. Are there. So one of the things we have to do to ensure that we plant those seeds of massive success is avoid bad fit customers and really make sure that we're doing everything we can to acquire customers with success potential. So when we're talking about account-based marketing and account-based selling, some of the characteristics that we look for in our customers shouldn't just be, are they the type of customer that we want to do business with because they can pay us money, but rather, are they the kind of business that we want to do, the kind of company that we want to do business with that also has the potential to be successful with us? Is there a technical fit there, right? if our product is built on top of Salesforce, are they using Salesforce? Is there a functional fit? You know, if they need roll-up functionality for all of their agency clients and we don't have that, that's not a functional fit. That may be a non-starter. They're not going to be able to have success with us today. So maybe we pass on them for now and come back later when we can actually give them something that's going to be valuable to them, right? Competence fit. Do they know what they need to know? Do they have the experience that they need to have, that they should have in order to be, to get the value out of their relationship with us? And if not, and they're not willing to acquire that, either through training or going out and finding somebody that they could bring in, a consultant or otherwise, then that's going to be a problem. They're not going to be successful. By the way, they might have that now, so they have success potential, but if that person leaves, then their success potential changes. Experience fit. Are we going to be able to give them the appropriate experience? We'll talk about what that means in a second. If we can't give them the appropriate experience, then they are not a customer with success potential right now. Cultural fit. Is there something, are there beliefs and actions that the customers take that are not in line with our values? And, that's a really big deal. I don't want to necessarily expose my employees to somebody who's, well, a jerk, who's just not very nice. Maybe that's right there. Is like, if we see this in the early days, we're not going to let our employees be exposed to this negativity. It really comes down to what, that these are softer things, but if you don't understand this or you've never really explored it, this could be a really big issue that ultimately could affect your ability to grow by if you're signing customers that don't have a cultural fit, they might drive your really good employees away. So those are things to think about. Success potential, by the way, it's just potential. It's not success guaranteed. You're still going to have to make sure that you work at that. Desired outcome. This is an incredibly important piece that really is at the basis of customer success. It is what when the definition of customer success. Ultimately, this is what's going to allow you to logically segment your customers. You're going to segment your customers based on their appropriate experience. You're going to group your customers together based on the shared characteristics that define the experience that is appropriate for them. This is what's going to allow you to scale not just customer success management, but your business. But ultimately, this is what's going to allow you to enter the conversation already taking place in your customer's mind. So when you're going out through your account-based marketing and sales, and you know what their desired outcome is, you're going to be able to cut through the noise and get their attention. If you know what they need to achieve, their required outcome, and how they need to achieve it, the appropriate experience for them, you're going to be able to do something that really resonates with those customers. It's going to be amazing. So real quick, desired outcome. By the way, you can go to 16ventures.com and find desired outcome stuff, and you really deep dive on this. And I encourage you to do so because this is a very transformative concept. But desired outcome is this: we have a customer segment. They have a required outcome. They choose a method to achieve that, which is why you exist in their world. They've chosen a method that probably has something to do with what you offer. And based on their shared characteristics, they're going to have an experience that is appropriate for them. If you can give them that appropriate experience and help them achieve their required outcome in that way, then they will be successful. If you can only help them achieve their required outcome, but you do it in a way that doesn't give them an appropriate experience, that's going to be a problem. I always use air travel as an example. I need to get from point A to B safely and quickly, so I choose air travel. I'm a business traveler. I have certain characteristics, and those characteristics are going to say that I need assigned seating, I need Wi-Fi, I need food service and legroom, right? But I have another customer segment that needs to get from point A to B safely and quickly. They're also going to choose air travel, but based on their characteristics, they really don't care about the flight. The flight isn't anything other than getting them to their destination, versus a business traveler who needs to work, can't have that as downtime. They just need cheap fares, snacks, and drinks. They're good to go. The thing is, these two very different customer segments might be on the same platform, right? One's going to be in first class, one's going to be or business class, one's going to be in coach. And if you don't understand that, you try to normalize an experience across all of those customer segments, you're going to be in trouble. Unless you choose, like Southwest, to say, we're going to normalize across all the experience for everybody. And there are going to be certain customer segments that aren't going to be a fit for us, and that's okay. We're just not going to worry about them. That's perfectly fine. You can do either this, have different versions for different customers on the same platform, or you can choose to draw that line in the sand, whatever you want to do. But just remember this: churn is the symptom of an underlying disease, and that disease is when your customers don't achieve their desired outcome. And that's the main thing. So as long as you understand what their desired outcome is, you can solve for that. Remember, customer success is when your customers achieve their desired outcome through their interactions with your company. Customer success. I love it because it keeps the two things that are most important top of mind. Our customers' success. When your customers succeed, you succeed. Thanks so much. Follow me at Lincoln Murphy. Go to 16ventures.com or email me Lincoln at 16ventures.com. Have an awesome day, and thanks for being a part of this with me.